Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Ruins. Now today we're going over Magic the Gathering Top 10 haul. That's right. So now at number 10. To start off with our list, we have Great Hall of STARNHEIM. It's from Kaldheim. It's an uncommon going for 12 cents on the market right now, which will probably devalue once it's not in standard. Basically, it comes into play tapped, add a swamp. Then for 2 white and a swamp, sacrifice, create a 4/4 white angel warrior creature token with flying and vigilance. Activate this ability only if you do a sorcery. So it's pretty cool. You do get a creature if you sacrifice it, and it costs only 3 mana to do that. Well, you need the mana to sacrifice it. So it could be helpful if you're playing, I guess, like an angel deck or some kind of destroy all creature. Other than that, this is why it's at number 10. So let's move on to number 9. Which we have is Halls of Mist from Ice Age. It's a rare going for $4.21, probably because it's on the reserved list. I personally like this card when it first came out in Ice Age, though this card has cumulative upkeep 1. So if you don't know, that means you have to pay it basically every turn more and more. So no creature can attack if it attacked during its control of the last turn. Now the only reason I see this card could be really good is maybe if you have it in a commander deck, once you have a lot of lands, and with the cumulative upkeep, you might be able to pull that off. But other than that, this card is just a personal one. I really like it. That's why it's at number 9. The cumulative upkeep is pretty dangerous, but other than that, this card's not that good. So let's just straight up move on to number 8. At number 8, we got STENSIA BLOODHALL from Innistrad or Secret Lair Drop. And it's a rare, so obviously you can see the price difference from 26 cents for just the regular one, or $17.96 for the Secret Lair Drop. Basically, it says tap, add 1 to your mana pool, or for 5 mana, deals 2 damage to target player, which can be really cool if the person just needs that, you don't have anything to cast, pay that 5 and 2 damage, maybe you'll win the game. That's all you need to win the game, because it says target player, not creature. That's the reason why it's at number 8, because it doesn't say to any target, so you might as well just use shocks or whatever. So let's move on to number 7. Which we have is Hall of Storm Giants. It's from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. It's a rare going for $3.92. The reason why, at the time of this video, this card is in standard. So after that, it will drop quite fast. I really like this card. I am always a fan of lands that can turn into creatures, and this is one such one, because it enters the battlefield tapped if you control 2 or more other lands. Basically, for 6 mana, you can make this a 7/7 blue giant creature with Ward 3. So that Ward 3 really does make a difference. It's 6 mana, just even for a 7/7, that's pretty powerful. But on top of that, it has Ward 3. So it does stop a lot of people if they cast creatures or anything. It has that Ward 3. You can even stop unsummoning if you don't want. This is a really cool card, and I just 100% like it. So let's move on to number 6. Which we have the classic Hall of the Bandit Lord from Champions of Kamigawa. Yes, I always say that wrong. It's a rare going for $24.09 currently at the market. I just like the picture. This card is really cool. It's a great set, I think. It comes into play tap. Pay 3 life. Add 1 mana to your mana pool. If that mana is spent on a creature spell, that creature has haste. Definitely a game changer right there. Pay 3 life to have a creature with haste. It's just 3 life. You don't even have to pay mana. This card is absolutely amazing. I love this card from the series. I like the artwork from Paleo Print. Again, I said that wrong again as well. And wow. So let's move on to number 5. So halfway down our list, we got Hall of Triumph from Journey to Nyx. It's a rare going for a whopping 39 cents at the market right now. Basically, this is like any other enchantment out there, but it is a legendary artifact. It says, when it enters the battlefield, choose a color for 3 colorless mana. Creatures you control of the chosen color get +1/+1. So basically, it's like any white enchantments, but again, this could be used for any color. So that's very helpful. I think this is a really cool enchantment. If you do want to pump your creatures up, instead of having the typical white, you can use this as a legendary artifact. And the only drawback is if you have something that can destroy an artifact instead of an enchantment. So let's move on to number 4. Which we have is Assembly Hall from Mercadian Mask. It's a rare going for 26 cents on the market. This card was really popular when it first came out, but obviously it is not anymore. It costs 5 colors to bring out this artifact, so it's already very expensive. But it does have 4 colors. Tap, reveal a creature card in your hand, search your library for a copy of that card, and put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. So it does have really cool abilities. So if you have a very powerful creature, obviously you want that in your hand, or some kind of creature that you just want. That's the reason why it's at number 4. because you can basically do it every turn, and it prevents cards from, search your sideboard or something like that. You can just do this. So let's move on to number 3, which we have is Hall of Gemstone from Mirage or World Champ deck from 1998. Either way, it's a rare. So as you can tell, it's $21.56 from the original, or even $8 almost for the World Champ deck. So that's really impressive. So it's an Enchant World, that's right. Back in the day, they used Enchant World, so it costs 3 mana. It says during each player's upkeep, that player chooses a color. Until an end of turn, each mana-producing land produces mana of the chosen color instead of its normal color. So that's actually kind of really cool. Could be good, could be bad against you or the opponent. Depends on how you want to use this card. Either way, this card is really cool. But there are a couple other ones, so let's move on to number 2. Which we have is Hall of Hylian's Generosity from Modern Horizons. It's a rare, going for $6.91 at the market. It may decrease or increase in the value because this is sort of new when it first, at the time of this video. And I really want to put this at number 1 because I just love this card 100%. This is probably one of my top 10 favorite legendary lands. Basically, it says add 1 colors. For 1 colorless and white, put target enchantment card from your graveyard on top of your library. This goes in hand with, because I am a fan of the white enchantments and prevent damage and all that stuff. So this card for me is a personal one. Love the artwork, love the card. I just love everything about it. But unfortunately, it's number 2. So let's move on to number 1. Well, at number 1, we got Dream Halls from Stronghold. It's a rare, going for almost $60 on the market right now. This card is basically, it's an enchantment. That's really cool, because this enchantment says instead of paying the casting cost for a spell of any color, its caster may choose and discard a card that shares at least 1 color with that spell. If that spell has an X in its casting, X is 0. And the saying is within, without. Like for a blue enchantment that costs 5 instead of paying the casting cost for a spell of any color. Like, I don't know what they were thinking when they made this card. Like, not only is it a great hull card, it's just a great card in general. Like, wow, 100%. Anyway, I can go on and on about how great this card is. So this is actually number 1, and it's a really good card. So I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening.